Hello everyone, this hour on Verbling, the next in my speaking skills series. Today we're going to be doing a class on strong feelings. Well, let me get my headphones on so I can hear all of you. There we go. How to talk about strong feelings. So we're going to be working with a set of adjectives called extreme adjectives, which are very useful things to have. We'll be going over that. This is a General English B1, that means intermediate level class, and you'll practice using, as I said, extreme adjectives to talk about experiences. And the goal is, by the end of class today, you will be able to have a conversation about a good or bad experience. You'll be able to express sympathy and encourage others or your partner to talk and to feel comfortable to tell the story. So, that's the big picture. We're going to get started in just a minute. I'm going to do a little introduction while we're waiting for people to come in, and I will share the material with you on screen right now. Let's do it like this. It's still loading. So while it's loading, let me just say that, let me do a quick introduction. I'm John Eric, your Verbling teacher for this hour. I'm an American teacher from New York, coming at you today from Lisbon, Portugal, to bring you this class. By the way, if you click on that link in the chat window where it says Verbling Teacher, John Eric Verbling Teacher, you can go to my profile page and you can follow me to see all my upcoming group classes. And of course, you can book a private tutoring session with me where you and I together will work on creating a customized learning plan to meet your particular needs. So send me a message and we'll talk about it. And let's get started with today's class. What we're going to do now is, there you go. Take a look at that. And here's the link. Open this. All right, so let's get started. Let me first say hello to Mr. Santiago. Hello, Santiago. How are you?
Hello, John. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. What about you?
I couldn't be better, Santiago.
Great.
I hope that you have strong feelings to express today, Santiago, because that's what the class is about.
Yeah, I see. I hope so.
Let's see. Well, we've got a fully booked class, but people aren't in the classroom yet. But we got to start with, here we go. We've got Shinue. Now we can start. Now that you're here, Shinue, we can begin. How are you, Shinue?
I'm fine, but I failed in the interview.
You failed in the interview?
Oh, I failed in the interview.
What interview? The interview for the English teaching?
Yes.
When was that? Today?
A week ago, I took the interview. I have to talk in front of judges. I made a lot of mistakes.
So you got the results today? Is that it?
Yes, I got a result.
And what was the feedback? What kind of mistakes?
No feedback, only result.
Oh, well, that's ridiculous.
Yes, and I think those judges were not professional like you.
Well, also, how can you tell if it's fair? I mean, it seems a little strange. I mean, normally you get some kind of feedback, normally, or at least a grade. Did they give you a grade? Did they say, okay, you got a 60%, you needed a 65? Did they say anything like that? Or it's just pass and fail?
No, this feedback. only
Nothing.
read out.
So it's just pass or fail, and that's it. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
Hmm.
Oh,
Interesting.
teacher, I have another question for you.
Oh my goodness, we haven't even started. Okay.
I decided to give up the interview. I decided to give up the interviews. Those interviews are made by the Chinese English experts.
Right.
I want to take the international exams like TOEFL, IELTS.
I think it's a good idea
Yes,
because
yes, yes.
they can't argue with you. if you if you get a 6.5, or I don't know what you need, but it's probably a 6.5 or maybe 7 on the IELTS. I don't know which. Probably a 6.5. I mean, that means you can go to a university in the UK. You can do a master's degree. A 7 on the IELTS is you do a master's, an MBA or something like that. Usually, they'll accept a 7. Above a 7, you teach English. You know, when you get to 8, you're an English teacher. I mean, really, that's like a native level.
Teacher, I really want to get that score.
Yeah, I can't remember if it's an 8 or a 9 is a native speaker. But anyway, what I'm saying is, I believe a 6.5 in the IELTS is normal for going to a UK university. So that's like something like that. So I think it's a good idea. No one can argue with you. And I think it's a lot more fair as well. You can see exactly what your skills are in reading, writing, speaking, listening, and you can see where you need to improve. You can take it again if you need to. You don't have to wait a year. You can take it again in 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? And I can give you plenty of material for the IELTS. No problem. Okay?
Oh, teacher, I have the last question for you.
Okay.
How do you feel about my level if I take the IELTS or TOEFL exam?
You need to prepare before you take it. There's no doubt about it. Even if your level was top level, you still need to prepare because you have to be ready for the format of the test and be ready for the kinds of questions you're going to encounter. So you do need to prepare. There's no doubt about it. And in your case, you need to do practice tests and you need to see where you need to improve first. Otherwise, you're going to be throwing 200 euros or 150 into the garbage. You need to see where your strengths are. So, okay, but send me a message and I'll tell you what to do. Okay? Send me a message later and I'll give you some links so you can start to see how to practice. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So we got a full house. No, we don't have a full house. We've got half of a full house. So, sorry I didn't say hello to you, Natasha and Jose and Rafael. Nice to see you. Hi, there you go. Hello. Let's jump right into class here. Now we're going to start by expressing strong feelings by reading about some strong feelings. So we're going to go around. I've got a little comic book for you to read. And then we're going to pick out these extreme adjectives. And at the end of class, you are going to tell a story, kind of like the story you see here. Okay, so let's get started. On the top column, let's have Mr. Santiago. It's just the dude talking. So Mr. Santiago, you're going to read the top column of our comic book, Crash, starting on the far left. Are you ready?
Which character of the guy?
You're the dude.
Okay.
The dude means the guy. You're the dude. You're the guy.
Okay. Can I start now? Okay.
Yep. You're gonna do the first three boxes in the.
Okay. Just
okay.
Okay. Look what you have done to my car. Women, they are absolutely awful drivers. Susie. Is that you, Susie? I can't believe it. It's me, Paul.
Oh my God. You mean they know each other? Okay. Natasha, as the only female in the class, you're going to
Okay.
have to be Susie.
Okay.
And let's see, Raphael, why don't you take over for Paul in the next 3 boxes, okay?
Yep.
Let's do it.
Paul, what a surprise!
This is absolutely amazing. It's such a strange coincidence. Are you hurt?
No, I'll be fine.
This is unbelievable. It's so wonderful to see you again.
So, how's your supermodel girlfriend, Mercedes? Mercedes?
Mercedes.
Mercedes.
We've split up. Look, I'm so sorry about what happened. You and I were so good together. I was such a fool to leave you for Mercedes.
Is Mercedes a car or is Mercedes a woman? I'm not really.
It's maybe a
Ah.
woman.
I'm not sure. Oh, wait, hang on. So, how do you think this little episode is going to end, class? Before I turn the page. Before I turn the page, anyone want to make a quick guess? How do you think this episode is going to end?
Firstly, Paul was very angry and maybe even furious because his lovely car was crashed, and he maybe wanted to say rude words to woman, but when he saw who is, he was amazing again. But in this case, he was maybe even helpful because she met his girlfriend, as I see. And after that, I can't say that he fell in love, but he was very happy to see her and have a conversation with her.
Yes. So he's a hypocrite.
Yes.
By the way,
And,
oh yeah.
yes, and for her too, and for girl too, because in this case, she, I think, avoided the bad situation and the problems with these guys. I don't know how in your country, but in my country, it's a big deal when we have a crash, and in this case, people, one other decided these problems, I mean, money problems,
Mm.
without issues companies.
Well, I wouldn't call this a crash. I would call this a fender bender. Look at the chat window. Fender bender. So the fender of your car, well, actually, in the first box, it does look like his car is pretty bad. Okay, maybe it's not a fender bender. The fender is the thing that protects your car. It's like it's in the front and in the back. And a little crash is a fender bender. So I thought maybe this wasn't too serious. Also, Natasha, look at the little symbol there, M, which means mistake. Instead of saying to say rude words, we should say to be rude to someone.
Ah, yes. Yes.
Right? Paul wanted to be rude to the woman until he saw who the woman was. Okay, very good. So,
Thank you.
my little system is M means mistake, W means a new word. These are things you might want to put in your notebooks. Before I finish this story, what are some things that we should do? This class is not about driving. It's about extreme adjectives. But
Teacher, can I
Yes.
talk?
yes, what's up?
Hey, this guy this guy is trying to restart their relationship
Seems
with
that way.
with his ex-girlfriend.
Mm-hmm. And do you know what we call an ex-girlfriend, Shinyue?
Suri is his ex-girlfriend.
And do you know what another name is for ex-girlfriend?
I don't know. Please tell me.
Trouble.
Trouble. Can you type it? Can you type it?
Trouble.
Trouble. Oh, they made me surprised.
No, I'm kidding. Another word is an old flame. Take a look in the chat window. That's his old flame. And do you know why we call it an old flame? Because we have a great expression. Actually, before I tell you, does anyone know an expression when you have passionate feelings for someone? There's a special expression.
You
Does anyone-
crush on
Say
her.
it.
You
Say it
crush on
again.
her.
Oh, to have a crush. Good. Have a crush on. That's true. Have a crush on someone. And Raphael, there's another one, but it involves fire. It involves fire. Do you know the other one? I'll give you a hint. To carry something.
To have a fender bender with your girlfriend.
No. To carry a torch for someone. To carry a torch. Like this. Carry a torch. Because love is like a flame. So if you've got a torch for someone, then you have strong feelings, passionate. Have a crush is another good one too. Okay, so we've got some vocabulary there. Not so bad. An old flame to have a crush on, carry a torch for. Little crash is a fender bender. Not to say rude words, but to be rude too. Okay, let's finish up. Let's see what happens. Okay, so, Natasha, you're still our girl. Although it would be funnier to have Shinue be the girl. Shinue, why don't you be the girl? We're gonna give you a chance. And Jose, you're gonna be Paul. You're taking over for Paul. Shinue, your best old flame voice, okay?
And don't worry about the car. We'll have to tell the police it was your fault. Of course, you were driving so badly. You always were such a terrible driver. But I don't mind about the car. I'm just so happy. I found you again.
Oh, Paul, you're so kind. Listen, I'm not.
It's the matter.
I'm sorry. I'm
Shinue,
sorry.
Shinue.
But,
I caught on you. I caught on you, then I changed my mind. I have to
Young
give
lady.
Shinue a chance. To
Young
be
lady.
Go ahead.
Be patient.
Okay,
My turn.
Shinue. Your best
I'm-
female voice. Go for it.
Oh, Paul, you're so kind. Listen, I've got bottle of champagne in the car. Let's have a drink to celebrate.
That's weird. Okay. Drink to celebrate crash in your car?
I needed that more.
Not we.
No.
Wait. That's not
Wow.
we. That's Hugh.
Hugh?
Yeah.
Your voice got cut down, John. Repeat, please.
Try like this. Hugh. I need
Hugh.
that.
Hugh, I needed that more.
Good.
Who?
Go ahead, Shinue.
No, I'm fine for now. Thanks. Help yourself.
You haven't touched your cup. Aren't you going to have any?
No, thanks. You go ahead and drink. I'll just wait for the police.
Okay. So, do you think he's going to win back his old flame? in this very strange coincidence of getting into a car wreck with his old flame. Is he going to win her back? She's waiting for the police. I don't know if that's good or bad. What do you think, class?
It is a revenge. Could
You
be.
think so?
I think so.
Oh!
Because the police is coming. I'm sure she's going to say that he's drunk.
Very good. You know what, Santiago? I didn't even see that coming. I think you're right. I guess I'm as stupid as Paul. You're absolutely right. She's going to wait for the police, and then she's going to say,
Yeah,
this crazy drunk guy hit me, right?
it's a trap, I think.
Very good. Wow. Wow. Interesting.
She's
Let me just say
a really bad an ex-girlfriend.
maybe.
Maybe.
Let me just say a quick hello to Vincenzo. Hello, Vincenzo. Long
Hi,
time no
teacher.
see.
Hi, teacher. Yes, it's a long time that we not see.
Where
Yes.
you been?
Yes, I'm outside. I don't know exactly, but I'm not so interested in attending lesson. Yes.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's only this.
Vincenzo.
It's
Vincenzo.
happened that sometimes you don't have the interest.
No. Oh, no. You've got to stay with us, Vincenzo. Don't disappear.
Yes.
So listen. Yes.
Teacher, I have a question for this sentence.
Which sentence?
I'm not sure the meaning. You haven't touched your cup.
You haven't touched your cup. Exactly.
What's the meaning of this?
You tell me. What do you think?
Oh,
Give me your guess first.
you haven't touched.
Does that mean literally he hasn't touched his cup? Because I think he has actually touched his cup. I mean, sorry. I think she has actually touched her cup because in the first picture, she's touching her cup. So what does it really mean? What do you think?
I think Paul think his ex-girlfriend need to drink more.
He wants her to drink more, right?
He want her to drink more.
Exactly. And she's not drinking because Santiago already told us that she's devious. She's letting him get drunk so when the cops arrive, she can frame him. So yeah, she hasn't touched her cup means she hasn't drunk as much as he has. In fact, she's not drinking. So you've hardly touched your plate. That means you haven't done what? We're at dinner and I say to you, Shiniwei, you haven't touched your plate. Don't you like the food? You haven't done what?
I haven't eaten my food.
Exactly. To touch in this case is just a euphemism for eating or drinking. You haven't touched it. You haven't gone near it. Very good. Now, let's make sure this is clear before we talk about extreme adjectives. Class, what reasons has Susie got to be angry at Paul? So that we know about the extreme emotions. What reasons has Susie got to be angry at Paul? Is Paul a nice guy? Natasha, is Paul a nice guy? I think we saw this earlier.
I don't know, I can't say nice guys or bad guys because it was their relationship and only Susan saw and could say about it. But I think that she was really angry to him because he go away from her to Mercedes, and in this case I don't know, I don't think that she was happy after this. And yes, and maybe she was even furious to him.
Exactly, she was furious. And Raphael, is Mercedes any kind of girl? So he left Susie and he went to Mercedes. We don't see Mercedes. but we hear about her. Is she like a normal girl? Normal, everyday kind of girl? Or is she special? Do you remember?
Echo.
I think Mercedes is disgusting, perhaps too much, a disgusting girl. But I think the point is here is with the guy, with the dude. The dude is so unstable, going up and down in the same time, changing his mind all the time. He's so unstable. He wants to, at the beginning of the comic, he said a horrible thing about girls that were driving, and later on, when he saw the girl he felt in love, is a kind of disaster. This dude.
This
I
dude
don't like
is a
that.
disaster. Yeah. And Mercedes is a supermodel. Don't forget that. So Susie has an extra reason to be upset. She's a supermodel. Not Susie, Mercedes.
I didn't get it.
It's in the beginning. Let's just go back real quick. Take a look. How's your supermodel girlfriend, Mercedes? In the last square.
She was kidding.
No, I think she's serious. maybe she's kidding. Who knows? But the point is, maybe that's part of her extreme emotion.
Mercedes is another girlfriend.
Mercedes is the girl that Paul left
Yes.
Susie for. And we get the idea that she really is a supermodel. Now, I have a second question for you, Jose. Jose, what does Susie do about it? So she's angry because Paul left her. What does she do about that? Think back to the comic now.
What Susie does about that?
Santiago already gave us a pretty big hint. What's her revenge?
The revenge is Susie called the police.
Yeah, well, they called the police because they had an accident. But what's the devious thing that Susie is doing?
That he is drinking, no?
That's right.
Eh?
Yeah, that's right. What Santiago said, right?
Yeah.
He's going to try to. Susie is spiteful. Yes.
Yes.
She's going to try to frame him.
She doesn't drink and he is drinking.
Exactly. There's a great. Never mind. I was going to say there's a story, a drinking story I could tell you. Doesn't matter. It's not important. It's a celebrity drinking story, but it's about George Clooney, and it's too boring to tell you. Never mind. This something like this really happened. It's kind of a funny story. Apparently, big Hollywood celebrity. I think it was George Clooney and Brad Pitt or someone were on some movie set, and they used to play these jokes on people where they have a bottle of vodka and they would be drinking water. It's like some story where they got the producer really drunk and he ended up in Mexico or something like that. Don't ask me why I remember this. I don't know why. Anyway, forget it. Let's get back to our vocabulary. That's the main thing here. So if I can't remember the story, I can't tell it to you. So forget it. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to what do I want to do here? I want you to answer a few questions on your own. I'm going to assign one question each, and I want you to speculate a little bit. Okay? So, this could be a little bit difficult. You might have to go back to the comic to see the answers. So, Natasha, your question is, do you think Susie was responsible for the crash? Okay?
Okay. I can say now.
Give me 1 second. Let me dole out these questions. Raphael, you're going to discuss whether Susie is happy to see Paul again. Okay? So if you need to, go back and reread the previous page. Santiago, you're going to discuss briefly whether Susie and Paul used to have a relationship? Was it a real relationship? Mr. Shinyue, you're going to discuss whether Paul understands what Susie is doing. Whether Paul understands what Susie is doing to him. Okay? Who's left? Jose, you're going to discuss whether Susie really means it when she says you're so kind. Okay? Now, Vincent, yes. Question?
My question. I'm not sure the question.
Your question is, do you think Paul understands what Susie is doing? Do you think Paul understands what Susie is doing at the end of the story? Does he catch on? Okay, finally, let's Vincenzo and Jair. Okay, because you both joined us a little late. I want you just to review the comic, and before we talk about these questions, because you missed the beginning. Okay, and then you ask me any questions you need if you need to understand anything. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
So let's do this. I'm going to put it back here.
Okay.
Read it. And then we're going to talk about those questions, and then what we're going to do is move on to extreme adjectives, and I want you to tell a story something like this. What you're going to do is be telling this story first.
Teacher,
Yes.
can I answer my question?
Let's see if everyone is ready.
Oh,
Is everyone ready? Or you need a little more time?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay. And Vincenzo, did you read both pages?
Yes.
Here too?
And there are 2 pages, aren't they?
Yeah, here's the second.
Yes. 2 pages. Okay. I've read it.
Okay, fantastic.
Ready.
Jair, you ready? Any questions?
No, I think I got it, the meaning.
All right. So Vincenzo and Jair, listen to the other students' answers to those questions, and then you give your opinion as well. Let's see if we all agree. In class, you're welcome to give your opinion if you agree or disagree. So, the first question was, do you think Susie was responsible for the crash? And that was, what, Natasha? Who was the first?
Yes, it's my question.
Okay, so what do you think?
Okay, well, to be honest, I really suppose that that this girl Susie was the response for this crash because when we see how their car with the position have their car and the behavior in this situation, it's I suppose that they are evidence of fault Susan, and when we discuss
Susan's fault.
yes, so Susan's fault. Yes,
Good.
and when we discussed these cartoons, these pictures,
Comment?
the guy said that maybe Susan like to drink something alcohol, some alcohol, and maybe in this situation she was a little bit drink too. And also I want to add that Paul said that Susie was always a very awful driver, and maybe yes, and maybe in this situation after some years or some months she didn't improve your driver's
Her
knowledge.
driving.
Yes, her driving, yes.
Okay, okay. And so your answer is yes.
Yes, yes, she is responsible
She's
for
responsible.
his, yes, for
Okay.
this situation.
You agree, Vincenzo? Yeah?
Yes, I agree.
I think so too, because for the reason that you said, she's supposed to be a bad driver. Supposed to be. And also because Paul is angry. He probably wouldn't be angry if it wasn't a pretty serious crash. Unless he's just a big jerk. It's hard to say. But he's the one who's angry. She doesn't seem angry. So it seems like she caused it. Seems that way. Okay. Question number 2 was, do you think Susie is happy to see Paul again? And that was Raphael, I believe?
Yep.
What do you think?
There are two parts in this kind of feeling. At the beginning, when she crash, she find to this guy, she is a little bit happy because, as my mate said before, this is a kind of revenge because she's so hungry, so upset about the breakdown between her, the breakup between he and her. And later, when she confirmed that this guy is so terrible, awful, she's it's like a ranger. It's always talking about dirty things about girls. He's complaining about what the girls are doing, and she's a kind of macho. And she confirmed what is happening with this relationship, and she become so confirmed that she's a asshole, and she's happy at the end.
Okay. A very descriptive word.
What?
Very descriptive adjective. So the end result is yes or no?
Yes, she's so happy to see again his awful as good boyfriend.
Do we agree, Jair and Vincenzo?
No, I don't agree.
Because?
Because she's very genuine about his relationship with Mercedes.
Yeah.
Me too. I also suppose that she wasn't agree. Maybe she's polite girl, and in this case, she can't say him to be rude to him,
Yes.
and even she suggested to drink a little bit champagne, and it was really awful situation. I mean about this meeting by crash
Yes.
their cars. But yes, when she remembered how they was drifted apart,
Right.
I don't think that she was happy see him again.
Right. I think so too. She's angry with him, and she's there to take revenge. That's
She
it.
was apparently happy.
Apparently happy.
Apparently.
Not apparently. She not apparently happy. She was she was pretending. maybe.
Pretending to be happy. Yes,
Yeah, pretending to be happy. Yeah, I think so too. Not apparently happy.
Yeah,
but
yes,
pretending. All right. Sarcastic. That's a good word as well. She's being kind of she doesn't come across as sarcastic, but yeah,
Ironic, sarcastic.
something like that. Okay. We have to move a little faster here because we've got to get to our speaking task. So I'm going to ask for slightly shorter answers for 3, 4, and 5. Do you think Susie and Paul used to have a relationship? That's pretty obvious, right? I think that was Santiago. Was that you?
Yeah. Yeah, I think Paul and Susie were in love time ago, but Paul left Susie for Mercedes, and then Susie felt so hard for this, so she got really spiteful.
Right.
And after the crash, she got a good chance to revenge about him because of what he did with her. But for me, the main question is, what is planned? Maybe yes for her. Maybe the grass wasn't something, how you say?
Deliberate. Deliberate.
Yeah. You're right.
Deliberate. I think it was deliberate. That's my feeling.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. I think I don't remember who was next. Do you think that Susie really? Okay, Jose. Do you think that Susie really silly?
No, Susie. Susie
really means it.
Doesn't mean it. She was pretending to be happy, but she was happy. She was furious.
Furious. Right. So she says this to make him feel comfortable with her, so he won't suspect that she's about to do something nasty. I guess something like that. And the last question, Shinyue, do you think Paul understands what Susie is doing?
Actually, Paul knows everything Susie did.
No,
but
come on. Does he really?
But he pretend nothing happened.
So you think Paul is more devious than Susie? Is that right?
Paul want to restart the romantic relationship with Susie. So he doesn't matter about the bad thing Susie did.
Or maybe Paul has a deal with the police, so he's not worried about what's going to happen. Maybe Paul's an undercover cop. I don't know. I want to take a little break from the story, and I want to focus on the extreme adjectives, and then I want you to use them to tell a story of your own. So we don't run out of time here. Let me jump ahead. Look at the extreme adjectives on the opposite and match one of the adjectives with these meanings. The adjectives are here, and these were taken out of the story, or they relate to the story. Okay, amazing, awful, brilliant, dreadful, enormous, exhausted, fantastic, furious, terrible, terrified, and wonderful. The part in bold is the stress. The part in bold. I want to just go around the room for the next 20 seconds and just hear you say these words. Jair, first adjective. Say it for me with the bold word, bold syllable in stress. On the left side. I don't hear you, Jair. Jose, first word. I don't hear you, Jose. Natasha, first word. Someone's going to be there.
Okay. Amazing.
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 Perfect. Raphael, second word going across from left to right. Hello, Raphael?
Awful.
Awful.
Oh.
Yeah, it's more of an awe.
Awful.
That's it. Good. Santiago, next.
Okay. Brilliant.
I heard 3 syllables there. Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
good.
Okay.
Vincenzo, next.
Dreadful.
Perfect. Shinyue, next.
Enormous.
Enormous. Okay. Enormous. Good. Jair, next. Are you there, Jair?
Yes. Exhausted.
Good.
So-
Exhausted with a Z. Exhausted.
Exhausted.
Excellent, excellent. And Jose, next word.
Fantastic.
Perfect. Natasha?
Furious.
Furious. Furious.
Furious. Furious.
Well, focus on the ending.
Yes. Furious.
Us. Furious.
Furious.
That's good. Very good. Next word, Santiago. Santiago?
Yeah, I'm here. Next one is
After.
terrible.
Terrible. Good.
Terrible.
Vincenzo, next.
Terrified.
Good. Okay, good. Santiago. Shinue. Last one.
Last one. Wonderful.
Wonderful. Okay, good. Now, you probably know most of those words or all of them.
Mhm.
Which word? Oh, we've got very big is enormous, so one was done for you. Very tired. Very tired.
Exhausted.
Exhausted with a Z. Exhausted. Repeat.
Exhausted.
Very good. Good emotion. Extreme emotion. Very good. Very good. What about very frightened?
Terrified.
Terrified. That's 2 for Shinue, 0 for the class. What about very angry?
Furious. Furious.
Furious.
Furious.
Furious.
There you go. Good. Very surprising. Very surprising. Ooh, that's so surprising. What is it?
Amazing.
Good. Amazing. Amazing. Okay. Did we do them all? We did. We did. Okay. Find synonyms for terrible and wonderful in extreme adjectives. You can't write them on the diagram, okay, but you can say what they are. What do you think? Another way to say terrible and wonderful. What about terrible? What's a good synonym for terrible?
Awful.
Awful. What else?
Awful. Terrifying. No.
Nope.
No. Terrible.
Bad.
Nope. That's not an extreme adjective.
Disgusting.
That has a different meaning.
Oh.
Okay.
Dreadful. Dreadful.
Yes. Dreadful.
Dreadful. Dreadful.
When you dread something, it's the worst feeling in your life. It's the worst feeling. It's the feeling of inevitable, terrible things.
Dreadful.
You can't stop it. You dread. Like
Right.
some people dread going to the dentist because they right. Your dog dreads going to the vet.
That's
Your
right.
dog knows when you're trying to take it to the vet. What about wonderful? Give me 2 synonyms for wonderful.
Wonderful.
3 synonyms. Give me 3 synonyms for wonderful.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. Excellent. What else? What?
Amazing.
Wonderful.
Amazing.
Brilliant. Amazing.
Amazing.
One more. One more. One more. Begins with an F.
Fantastic. Yes.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, very good. Okay, one more little test, and then I want to hear a story from you. Okay? One more little test. Mr. Jair, take the first sentence and underline the best word. Well, just read it with the best word in number 1. Exercise 7, number 1. What's the best choice?
He was terrified of very high buildings.
Very good. Pronunciation. Terrified.
Terrified.
Okay, good, good. Mr. Vincenzo, what do you think about number 2? What's the best choice?
She was terrified, furious, exhausted after the war. She was exhausted.
Good. She was exhausted. That means really tired.
Exhausted.
Very good, very good. All right, Santiago, what do you think about number 3?
Okay, I think I went to see a brilliant film last night.
A brilliant film. That doesn't mean that the film was full of light and brilliant. It means that it was excellent.
Yeah.
That's the right choice. Okay, Mr. Shinyue, what do you think about 4?
4.
Yeah.
We had such such an amazing lunch.
It was amazing. That lunch made us. It's not a furious lunch. Our lunch was not angry at us. That would be funny, though. Natasha, take 5 for us. Last one.
Okay, she was furious after he damaged her expensive new car.
Say that word again.
Okay, she was furious after he damaged.
Furious.
I will repeat it. It's at home. Furious.
Try it like this. Try 4 syllables.
Okay.
Furious, 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 furious.
Furious. I'm sorry. Furious.
Furious.
Turn it into a song.
I'll do my best.
Do your best. Okay, no problem, no problem. It's a difficult word.
Yes, but I'll do it. Thank you.
Now, I want you to think of the best or worst film you've seen or book you've read, hotel or holiday you've stayed at, experience you've had while traveling, experience you've had at work or school. I want you to say a little bit about what happened, why it was good or bad, and I want you to use extreme adjectives. I want you to use, what extreme adjectives could you use to describe your experience? Okay, now we're running out of time, so I can probably only do 1 or 2. Okay, but you can also do this as a homework if you want me to correct it. But let's see if we can do 1 or 2 in class in the next 6 minutes. So think about this. Your goal is to use as many extreme adjectives as you can to talk briefly about your story. Okay? We've got some extreme adjectives, and we've got synonyms. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Do it. Go for it.
I often watch some zombie movies using my computers. My wife is often terrified, but I really enjoy those kinds of movies.
What kind of movies, sorry? What kind?
Zombie movies.
B-movies? B-movies? Or zombie movies?
Zombie.
Oh, zombie movies. Got it. Okay, I couldn't hear the Z. Zombie movies.
Zombie movies.
There you go. Got it. Zombies are cool. Everyone likes zombies these days.
I think those movies are fantastic.
Else?
I try to terrify my wife when I watch those movies.
Like, what do you do?
I feel very excited when I hear my wife scream.
You know what she's gonna do, Shinyue? She's gonna call the cops, tell you to drink champagne. You're gonna end up just like Paul. You're gonna end up just like Paul, Shinyue. You better be careful. That's what's coming for you. That's what's coming for you. Okay, we've got time for one more.
Yeah.
Who's got one for me? One more. Who's got one?
Eric, I'd
Go
like
for
to
it.
share my
Do it.
experience.
Go for it.
I went to Chicago last year, and my secretary booked a terrible hotel for me because the name of the hotel, I think it was Red Roof in
Red
Chicago.
Roof? Okay.
Yes, Red Roof. But when I reached the hotel, there was no reservation for that day, just for one day ahead. And the hotel was terrible because the furniture was old.
Well,
The employees were a little bit bad. They didn't treat me well as a client. Yes,
How did you feel?
It was terrible, and
Wait, how did you feel?
I feel depressed.
Furious.
Pierre.
Furious.
Yes.
Your ass. What's the mean?
Furious.
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 Okay, I got it. Yes. And I got furious because my colleague booked a hotel in the same square,
Right.
in the same in the same block with
Right.
half of my price, and it was amazing hotel.
What hotel was that? Do you remember?
No, I can't remember now, but it is an international hotel, very famous, amazing, beautiful, everything working very well. And I was in an old hotel, very depressed at that time.
Oh my God. So you fired your assistant, right?
No, I just gave her a good feedback for next time.
Stay away from the Red Roof Hotel. It
Yeah.
sounds a little dubious too. The Red Roof Hotel. It sounds kind of strange. I would just be weary of the title. Did it have a red roof on it at least? I wonder. If it didn't have a red roof, you know something's wrong because it's called the Red Roof Hotel.
Yes.
Okay, listen, Santiago, Natasha, Jose, we're out of time, but feel free to write up your experience, send it to me in the
Okay.
message window, and I'll be happy to correct it and send it back to you.
Okay.
Okay? And in
Thank
the
you,
next
Ernst.
class, you can also share it as well, because we ran out of time today. I'll be back in 30 seconds to start our next class, which is a vocabulary class, Fluency Fundamentals. We're going to be working on newspaper vocabulary. Okay?
Okay.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Okay.
See you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye
Thank
for
John.
now.
you. See you later.
Bye for
Bye.
now.
Bye bye everyone.
Bye.
Take care.